The Senate has refused to engage with the Comptroller General of Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, because of his failure to wear the customs uniform as directed by the lawmakers.
The Senate has asked him to reappear before it next week Wednesday in uniform. The Customs CG, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, defied the Senate and appeared before lawmakers in Mufti, contrary to the directive of the Senate that he appears in customs uniform.
The Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, who is presiding over plenary, asked the Customs CG why he did not appear in uniform, of which he responded that there is no law that compels him to wear a uniform. Let's get an insight from our correspondent who has been monitoring this in Abuja at the Senate premises. Linda, this has taken the senators by a storm, I can imagine. What more did they tell you?
Well, to many lawmakers, this is just an unnecessary controversy at this point when they are supposed to be giving all attention to the 2017 budget. What essentially happened is that the Senate walked out the Comptroller General of Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, for failing, for his refusal, because it is a refusal at this point to appear before them in the customs uniform. And lawmakers, you could sense that they were really upset, during plenary, because we had one or two lawmakers, a former customs officer, Senator Wakil, who was a former customs officer, appealed to them that please they should temper justice with mercy, and they were very resolute that they would not engage with him on the subject matter that brought him to the Senate, and that he must go back and return next week Wednesday in the customs uniform. So
this effectively jeopardizes the initial reason why he's been asked to come to the Senate to look at the reversed stance on the duty being paid on vehicles.
Yes, so because that is essentially what it means. They refused to even engage him on that. Immediately when he walked into the Senate chamber, the first question was raised by the Deputy Senate President, who is presiding over plenary, and he asked him, why did you appear before us in Mufti, contrary to our directive that you appear in the customs uniform? And he said that there is no law compelling him to wear the customs uniform, and he also said that he's also seeking legal advice from his lawyers. Remember, in a letter that he sent to the Senate last week, he did say that he was consulting with the lawyers, and he advised the Senate to also consult with their lawyers as to the true position of the law as regards wearing the customs uniform or not.
So, Linda, has the customs CG agreed to reappear before the Senate next week in uniform?
Well, that would be interesting, but you remember, too, that there is also, the threat of an arrest warrant. The arrest warrant was supposed to have been issued today if the customs CG fails to appear today. So I see maybe the Senate might decide, if he doesn't appear next week, to actually go ahead with that threat and then issue an arrest warrant on him.
Thank you very much, Linda, for the update coming there from the National Assembly. Linda Akibe is Channels TV National Assembly correspondent.